Hello everyone, welcome to our second Patch Us In podcast. I'm here with Dom.
Yo.
And I'm here with Hugh. And this is our second episode. Who would have thought we would make it this far? I know I sure didn't. But basically we're going to be talking about any kind of gaming, movie, TV news, what we've been playing, what we've been watching, things like that. Get a bit of input. And let's start off with the big news upcoming. We've got E3.
Yeah.
2 or 3 days is it starting?
2 or 3 is next week, I'm thinking.
Monday the 9th.
Yeah.
So the day we release this. Today! It's out today, everyone!
Today! There we are.
So E3, what are we looking forward to?
So, from what I'm hearing, PS5 rumours coming out for it. Maybe console details for it, or at least some sort of
Tech
teaser. Specs. I'm thinking something like that.
Text
Would be very
mix,
interesting.
I just ate, but thank you.
There it is. That's why I used the host this. But I've heard that there was it's been heavily rumoured that they're going to be releasing proper specs of it, so it'll be interesting to see if they are going to. Sony's going to go this time. Same, it's going to be this year release rather than next year. Very, very interesting for it.
Well, the Pro was nowhere near as powerful as the Xbox One X, but still outsold it.
Yep.
So I don't think people care about tech anymore. Like,
As you were saying, the last time, I completely agree with that.
People like the numbers. We've got so much,
World's most powerful console.
Yeah, I was going to say numbers, and I was like, I don't know the numbers, so I don't want to I'll say something ridiculously low or ridiculously high.
I got 4 gigabytes.
Whoa!
But so I don't think people care about tech specs anymore. They want to go, right, what does it provide me?
What
does it do for me?
Yeah,
I think see things like the tagline, the world's most powerful console, that's more for getting like mums and dads, so they'll be like, oh, that one must be the best one, we'll buy that for Christmas. Like, whereas people that actually use them themselves, they don't care too much about that kind of thing, really.
Anything what maybe with Borderlands free, more footage of that free as we've seen earlier today with the Xbox One leak of, what do we call it?
Oh, the Ninja Theory one?
Yeah. Ninja Theory's I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, that's what's bugging me, man.
It came out like we just read it before this. We started.
Just give me 1 second.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's Bleeding Edge.
Jamie, bring
it
that up.
I guess it's called the Bleeding Edge. It's
Bleeding Edge.
4 on 4.
4 on 4.
4 on 4 like battle.
Did you watch the video?
No, I didn't watch the video. It was literally just out and my phone was down, so I didn't get to see it. But anything by Ninja Theory is always good with me.
Oh yeah.
They're always good.
Knocking it out the park.
Hopefully they get Microsoft money and start pumping games out now and don't get any financial trouble that they used to. Make another DMC. Make me DMC 2.
DMC 2?
I want DMC 2. Am I the only person who wants DMC 2?
I've never really been into them, but Hellblade from
Hellblade
Ninja
really
Theory
good.
was an amazing game, brilliant game
as well.
Yeah, I've got the special edition one over here. It's amazing.
Yeah, give it a shot, man. It's really good.
I just hope it doesn't become another platinum with it, with all the money that's sort of thrown at them because of scale bound and getting hurt by that. But you never know, if you've got the backing of Microsoft, it does help a lot more.
Yeah, they've got
financial spread,
unlimited pot of money.
Yeah, they just got that. They got that Microsoft money.
Yeah,
they got that Bill Gates money.
Throw it around, see what happens. But the other thing, like, see at E3, you know THQ Nordic. They're a company. It's not actually the old THQ. It's just a company that bought their branding.
Yeah,
and they've been picking up loads of old franchises that haven't had games in years and years. Like the one I'm excited about is Destroy All Humans. They're remaking the first Destroy All Humans.
I love those games.
They've got something ridiculous, like over 100 games to announce.
Wow.
And it's all like old franchises that like you haven't seen since the PS2 days. They're making a new Darksiders, and they're buying up all the weird PS2 games that you don't see anymore. So another thing THQ Nordic's doing at E3 is showing off footage of the new Darksiders Genesis game. I'm super interested in Darksiders. I didn't see the appeal in it before. I just saw the box art didn't appeal to me, but I saw videos of the second one, and it looks amazing. I didn't realize how good they were. Box art makes all the difference, but the Genesis one is a brand new. I think it's going to be a prequel, obviously with the name Genesis. So
what kind of game is that?
Hack and slash.
Hack and slash.
You played Darksiders?
Darksiders, the when you're war and stuff like
that.
Yeah. 4 Horsemen. Oh yeah. I know that.
So they're making another one of those. Another Destroy All Humans, SpongeBob, the SpongeBob games for the PS2.
I saw that.
People were going nuts because that Battle of Bikini Bottom's like a legend. I had a wee go of it and was like, it's okay, but people were like I don't know if it's just because I only played about 10-15 minutes of it, but
Yeah.
supposedly it's like such a cult following for it. But I don't know if it's because it's SpongeBob or it's.
I think a lot of it will probably be to do with the
Nostalgia.
fact that it's SpongeBob. Yeah,
But yeah, like more for it. If it's going to make money, then aye.
Well, I think that's the way they want to buy recognisable IPs and then put some money into it and see what picks up again. Because I will definitely pick up Destroy All Humans, the remake.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love those games. They were a lot of fun.
And they didn't have multiplayer on that one, was it? Like, was it Destroy All Humans 2 had the online multiplayer?
I don't know, but
I can remember a multiplayer aspect.
Yeah,
of it,
one of the later ones definitely had multiplayer.
So much fun for that as well.
I'd be that little alien again.
Probing.
The other thing I'm looking forward to is the EA booth, which is
controversial.
no one's favourite.
But I hate people shouting on EA just purely because they're EA. Like,
it's because you like evilness.
No, they've made good games, and
in my group of friends, you're the EA.
I like I like shitting on EA when they do stupid stuff, but see when they can do good things, then
they're honestly just literal corporate American evilness.
Well, I mean, they're a company, and that's the whole point of a company is to make money, so they're going to try and make money. And it's not like EA are the only ones to ever do the things that they do. Plenty other companies do.
Blizzard.
That's just.
But they get a pass because they're like, oh well, you know, we like them.
They'll get a pass from me.
Oh, they don't get a pass from you. No. You like Star Wars,
but Star Wars, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm super excited for it.
Definitely.
Mostly because of Respawn. Titanfall games, amazing. Both 1 and 2. Shat on for no reason.
Yeah.
The first one was shat on because it was an Xbox exclusive, and the second one just didn't get any traction because its release date was between Call of Duty and Battlefield, which was a ridiculous decision by EA.
Oh yeah.
Just buried the game before it even had a chance to take off.
Yeah. Have you seen the box art that was released for it?
Yeah, it looks good. The guy kind of looks like me.
I think the guy looks like, I don't know if you've seen Gotham, like late Gotham, but Jerome that they bring in, basically their version of the Joker. Yeah, I think it looks dead like him.
Is he the actor? Do you know?
No, I don't think so. No, it's like a passing resemblance to him. You know, it's not.
I want to know what the gameplay is like. I want to see if they're going to go down a Force Unleashed action game, or they might go like a more RPG.
Well, see, because they've got so much story that you can actually take from, and they're sort of really pushing for Knights of the Old Republic sort of fan base. Maybe they're going to just try to do something completely like out of left field for it, because it's like, again, they're trying to get so far away from the Skywalkers now. Maybe it'll be something that would be unique.
I can't wait for that, because I did not like their version of Battlefront.
No.
I loved,
looked gorgeous. It's absolutely unreal in that Frostbite engine.
I loved the original Battlefronts, which had more maps, more features, more characters, which was ridiculous for a game that was 10 and 12 years past. Like, why did they have more features than a new game?
But it's not like when they took away features they didn't take away the features to sort of like, you know, entice you to maybe buy it later on as DLC. It's just that they thought no one's going to enjoy that. Modern day gamers like this, modern day gamers like that, and they did it kind of designed by committee. You always hear that sort of saying, but basically, as they want to see, like, you know, as we start the podcast, they want to see its design. This is like the graphics. They just want to see that it shouldn't be
a high level of fidelity.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
crisp, clean shooting, but lack of features. That's what the problem with the Battlefront games. And
now, like, people are wanting those features back in, and they're like, well, we've already given you this, so why would you want that?
I think
that's like, and this goes back to, you know, a lot of the reason that EA gets so much hate is because of that game. You know, in recent memory anyway, they've obviously done a lot of other things, but they are still pushing out new content for it. They just released some alpha footage of they're adding in the droidecas, you know, the wee rolling droids that everybody loved from the original Battlefront games and stuff like that. So they're still adding to it. They have been, and you know,
I think you've got to take into account player pressure on that though.
But
like, they changed everything in the game because players were like, no, this is a predatory system.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's an old game, so they could if they wanted to just say, well, that was our old game, we're not going to update that. But the fact that they are, I mean, I think you need to give them a bit of credit for that.
I find it hard to give companies a pass on decisions they made. Right? It's hard to give a multi-billion-dollar company a pass on stupid decisions they made and kept until someone else told them it was wrong. I find it hard. Maybe it's because it is EA, and I find it so hard to it's so hard to like them because of what they've done with the Star Wars license anyway. Like this is the first original Star Wars game that they've released in 9 years since they got the license.
They've only done
That's
2
ridiculous.
games, isn't it? It's only 2.
It's 2 Battlefront games, and now this is the Fallen Order. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's such a big license. Why would you hold it back?
compared to how many games there used to be for it as well. You know, there used to be a game every 6 months a year. You know, like
but
there
then
was a lot.
again, they were feeding from quite a lot of the other lore and stuff like that. Jedi Academy, Battlefront, Old Republic.
I want a
Star
pod
Wars,
racer game.
Yeah, like
Give me another pod racer.
Remember them in the arcade?
Pod Racer VR.
Yeah.
We could have Pod Racer VR.
Yeah,
with
right enough. Yeah, you got the move controllers.
move
Yeah,
controls.
yeah.
Stop giving them ideas. They're going to take your ideas.
Trademark, yeah.
Trademark Pod Racer. Damn it, Lucas.
Dom, anything else from E3 that you're looking forward to in particular?
Unfortunately, Nintendo won't be there, so there won't be any big Nintendo releases apart from, we've already got the news with Pokemon and that. More for Activision's Call of Duty, which is surprising for me even to say that with Modern Warfare.
I'm interested.
With that trailer coming out and the way it looked and the way it came across to me, it was like, okay, maybe they're trying to make this game for me, not make it just
for multiplayer fans only.
Yeah,
like because the last few years have just been multiplayer, and then you've got a wee tacked on story.
Yeah, very Blackout. Go for Blackout or your Blops in your zombies, and then kinda.
It's always felt like Call of Duty's it's like they've got the structure of the game already, and they just add themes to it.
Yeah.
Right, this year is the 70s. Oh, now we're in space, and it's like nothing really changes except the superficialness of the game.
Yeah. It's a different coat of paint.
Yeah,
really. It's
every
just
year.
very like, oh, now we're in the future, or now we're in World War One, or we're back here. And
I gave up on Call of Duty around Black Ops 2. I think
2.
I got quite good at Black Ops 2, and then really didn't like getting after that. But like
Ghosts, I had a wee go of, and I did like that, and then I kind of dropped out after 2.
I think I played Advanced Warfare for Kevin Spacey, and now that's controversial.
That didn't age well.
So I won't go back.
For respect there.
But yeah, it looks interesting because you've got Price.
Yep.
Obviously one of the best characters from the original Modern Warfare. You've got, and then you've got, hopefully they bring back Ghost.
My boy Ghost.
His tragic death that me and Dom were playing that game.
Spoiler alert.
When he died, me and Dom like screamed out, and we were in our friend Shane's house, and we woke up his child.
Yes. For that as well.
Yeah. I play Black Ops 4, but I really miss a story aspect. There's no story to it at all. There's tiny bits, and you can do the training missions, and you get to learn a bit about the people, but apart from watching like a 30-second video, there's no actual story, and it's lacking. But I always played them for the campaign first, and then the multiplayer after.
Yeah.
But obviously this one's just pure multiplayer, and I do enjoy it. But
what gets me with the multiplayer is they make you pay full price for it every year. If they released it £20, £30, but it's always £45, £50 a year to buy a new coat of paint on a multiplayer. Maybe not this year because it's Battle Royale, but that fad will fade, and we'll go back to fad will fade. Did you not like that? That fad will disappear eventually. It's saturated. There's too many games with Battle Royale.
Oh no, definitely.
So they'll have to go back to their tried and true method. Nice campaign, about 6 to 8 hours long, good story, and a solid multiplayer.
Yeah. I've also heard that DC are going to be doing some games there as well. So either a new Injustice or that long-awaited maybe Superman game.
Tried that before, but
that's done by the guys that did Arkham and all that as well.
No,
I've
actually heard different on that.
Alright, is it
Rocksteady are not going to be there.
They're not going to be
at E3 this year, and
that,
they're working on something. So what the rumour is they're working on a launch PS5 game.
Oh.
So no one knows what it is yet.
Thinks it's going
Could
to be
Superman? It might be. No one knows, but like with their history with Batman, you'd think give them another one, especially a Superman game.
Wasn't there going to be a Superman game that they ended up scrapping like a while ago?
Yeah.
I mean, like a long while ago. This was
it's
like
hard to give a man
N64 or something like that. But
it's hard to give a man with unlimited power
all that power
limitations in a game.
Yeah. You would need some kind of story, like most origin movies are for Marvel and stuff like that these days. Or they lose their powers, or they get weakened. You'd need to do something like that. You can't just be Superman at the start of a game and expect to have much of a challenge.
You could always do like a prequel sort of thing, or like a Superman sort
He's
of
just
thing.
learning, like,
just learning the ropes and all
like
that as well. Going to
Superman year
Jor-El and just doing the sort of gain your experience that way. And
what they were talking about, I don't think it'll be Injustice because they've just released Mortal Kombat 11. So what they do is they release a Mortal Kombat and then they release an Injustice off that engine.
Yeah,
well,
they
so
could be guest or something.
I think it's a year apart they release Injustice and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Well, it could be an announcement for that then, because Mortal Kombat has just came out.
I like Injustice games. They are Mortal Kombat games with DC characters painted on top of the models, but it's better than we're getting off anybody else. I mean, have you played a Marvel game lately?
The Marvel v Capcom 4.
Yeah, I played whichever one the Infinity Stone. Infinite. That was alright. You know, it was nice to have a story, but I've never really been a fan of those.
Is it weird when Thor turns round and goes to Arthur? Hey Arthur, how are you? And he's like, hey, it's Thor, the God of Thunder. And you're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
How does he know him?
It's a bit
doesn't work.
A strange interaction, isn't it? But
so as well as Ubi going to be there as well, because like don't know if you've seen the rumours of like the new Watch Dogs going to be set in a post-Brexit London as well. So I'm like, that sounds really interesting, considering that they're like, oh, this is going to be done because Brexit's going to be done, but here we are, still sitting waiting. But
it's going to be called Watch Dogs Legion. It's been leaked by Amazon. Amazon leaked tons of games. Like they just put up the advert, and they've called Watch Dogs Legions. That'll be out in 2020. So a post-Brexit.
What are they expecting a post-Brexit UK to look like? Is it going to be like apocalyptic, basically? Like
I think it's going
Fallout
to be
4 meets Watch Dogs.
I think it's going to be more like everything's going to be unsecure, and like that's how they're going to hack and get away, and how to rile up the get maybe to do like a London riots too, and
a lot of poor people and some rich people, and you've got to take revenge on the rich people. Not turn us into politics or anything like that.
But that's what they're supposed to do.
To rise up.
And I don't know if
Viva la revolution.
I don't know if they're going to do another Assassin's game as well.
Oh, definitely they'll do
what they're going to set it in, because Odyssey was like
isn't it going to be Greece? Yeah.
So
they've done Greece,
and they've done Egypt. So I remember hearing a rumour it was going to be.
I heard space was going to be one, but I don't
know.
Space. I was like, I was like, I hope that's just a joke, because then like I think someone started posting pictures of like Muppets in space, and I'm like, yeah, that's when you've jumped that.
They shouldn't go in the future.
No,
with Assassin's Creed, definitely not.
No,
why not like a Viking one? That'd be cool.
Aye,
that's a shout. Yeah. That's definitely
something like that. I'm just trying to think of like or like a feudal Japan or something like that. Maybe.
They did the Japan one though as well. Like it was the sort of 2D.
Oh, the
side
scroll. Yeah, they did the China one.
China as well.
China and Russia. I think they did. They were quite fun wee games.
It was good for that. But then, is there any other companies that you're hoping is going to show up at E3, or any games that you're like, I want this to be a trailer or something?
Xbox has got 14 games they're announcing. So because last year they just announced all of those companies that they bought, all those developers. So this year they're announcing all the games. So you've got Halo Infinite, which is 343. Don't know what that's going to be like. It's not 6. They've said it's not Halo 6. So is it going to be Destiny? That's the thing I'm worried about. Is it going to be Destiny? I don't want Destiny Halo.
I think it's going to be a Reach sort of idea, sort of like a squad that you've had before. You have that team, and then it's something that's like on the same timeline as maybe Chiefs sort of 1 through 5, maybe.
Can we hear your Master Chief voice? Yeah.
That's as good as you get.
Was Master Chief in the room with us just right now, Hamish?
I think so.
Holy shit.
Master Chief, Pikachu, Ryan Reynolds.
So exactly the same voice. Yeah.
That's all of my voices. You got all my talent right there.
We can dub that in any time. Like we'll pretend that we've actually got a celebrity interviewer. Ryan Reynolds with us today.
I'm looking forward to another Halo though.
Yeah,
I was one of the few people that enjoyed Halo 5 for what it was. But it was maybe because I was starved for Halo for so long. I took whatever I was given.
Yeah.
The visuals in the game are amazing. The story lacked because they lied to you in the trailers. They said it was going to be Chief is doing something that like is almost like treason,
Yeah.
So you've got to hunt them down, and it was nothing like that. So
that's why I was disappointed.
I mean, the marketing was amazing for Halo 5,
yeah,
but the game itself was mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 4 was also mediocre.
You'd be very surprised what they can do. See, with
Cut that
that
out. Cut that out.
You'd be very surprised what you can do with good marketing. Like, so I mean, I was very hyped for like Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
With that, especially like having that song behind it, like "All Human," like that.
Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
human, and I was like, that sold it because you're like, because you might be doing this, and there's aliens in Mass Effect, and you're pals with them, so you're not human after all, and then
There's a documentary about Mass Effect Andromeda's development on YouTube that you have to watch. I know it's off topic, but
no, because it's
it was. This is another EA issue.
It was nowhere near as bad as everyone made it out to be.
no.
The development was.
Development, yeah, but I mean, the
much-
final product, and that's what the gamers care about, isn't
They
it?
pretty much made that game in a year.
Yeah.
Because they were making something. They were making No Man's Sky pretty much.
Yeah.
A much bigger budget, and then EA kind of scrapped it. They said you have to use Frostbite, and they're like, Frostbite's terrible for what we want to do. So then they had to make another game, and EA pretty much ran that game into the ground as hard as they could because they had to get it out at that point for their accounts, like end of the year accounts. Had to get some money in. That game was released to die, pretty much. EA scrapped all DLC plans, all update plans, and stuff like that.
See, the only problem I really had with it was the same problem I had with Dragon Age Inquisition, and it was just it's too big. There's too much to do. Before, like I'm very much a completionist with games, so I like to do every side quest, explore every area before I move on. And by the time that I've got even like halfway, I'm just oversaturated with it. I'm sick of it because it's just been that's already like 100 hours, and
open a map and there's a million things.
Yeah, there's too much to do, and like sometimes the Assassin's Creed games they suffer from that as well. There's too many collectibles and all that kind of thing, and
it's just exhausting.
Yeah, basically.
And you don't want to be tired playing a game. You want to play a game to be enjoyed. You don't feel like it's work.
It's not a checklist. A game is not a checklist.
Yeah.
And that's what that feels like.
To go back to you were talking about Xbox, they've also announced apparently there's going to be like original exclusive Xbox games. I think it's a good amount, 3 or 4.
Well, we've got 3 Gears games, haven't we? We've got Gears 5, which hopefully will be better than 4. 4 was good. I've only played 3 quarters.
4 was fine.
3 quarters of 4, and it was good.
I was enjoying it. Yeah.
It's not Gears of War 2, which is my favourite Gears of War, but it's a good game. It wasn't a disappointment. Gears Tactics, which is like Halo Wars.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So you control your squad and all the different weapons and stuff like that, all the different vehicles. Looks fun. I don't know how big that game's going to be though.
Games like that they seem kind of lazy to me, like because you could literally get like a Halo Wars mod where it replaces like a Warthog with I don't know what the Gears vehicles are, but like instead of Master Chief you're Marcus Phoenix and stuff like that. You could just do that, and it just as long as there's fair enough if there's a good story in that, then I'll probably give it a shot.
And then my favourite's coming, that Gears Pop.
Funko Pop
Gears of War. I can't wait for it.
What?
I have no idea. I just seen the trailer for it, and Marcus Phoenix is a pop breaking through a wall, and then that's it. I'm like, that looks terrible. Give me 10.
So is this a game?
Yeah, it's a game. Funko Pop Gears of War game.
Gears of War isn't a cute.
No,
it
doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. It's like, what sort of? Why would you team up?
I'll buy it though.
I'll buy it.
I'll buy it.
That maybe Funko Pop trying to break into the Lego game market? It'll be something like that.
Maybe.
Like
good for that.
Well, the Lego game market's oversaturated now as well, so maybe
again, that's another game. That's a good
point, man. That's a very good point for it.
What about the cryptic tweet from Xbox the other day about E3? Or bringing a special guest or something like that.
I think Nintendo's going to be on Microsoft stage.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Nintendo's going to be that. Well, that's on the rumour mill on Twitter. So
there has been obviously a lot of collaboration with them recently. At least
Game Pass.
Yeah, things like Game Pass, and you can get the
Xbox Live will be on
the Switch.
On the Switch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If Nintendo needed to go to someone to make their online better, Microsoft is the company. Xbox Live is the best online service.
They've got the best servers and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and the infrastructure is great. I mean, the 360's Xbox Live infrastructure was better than the Xbox One's, but it's still the best out there. So PlayStation Network's catching up, but it's not there yet.
Do you think with this launch for it, the Nintendo shop, Nintendo's online downloads and free stuff that it would give will actually improve for it, because I don't know if you've seen the ratios of people getting angry at them with all the NES games. They sort of have so much games that they could release.
Yeah, they
wouldn't cost them anything, but they're giving you like volleyball, or tennis.
A company with that back catalogue, with the best back catalogue of any company, better than Sony, better than Microsoft. Nintendo could release every single ROM for the SNES, and it would be like a couple of gig.
Yeah,
but they don't. They release two at a time, 3 at a time. But it must be their business model. They must make so much money off of selling you Super Mario World 4, 5, 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll only release those games. But then people are like, can you please release these rarer games that we can't, Earthbound and stuff like that. They actually did after a long time release Earthbound, but like Nintendo are terrible. All they have to do is have a shop system that has all the games there, and they would make so much money.
Do you think Microsoft will be the sort of catalyst for it, that they'll actually improve it? They'll go like, okay, we can understand what you're trying to do here, but this is how it worked for us. Here's an example. This is our Game Pass.
Yeah.
Look how well this is doing. If you did that with your Nintendo games, if you imagine they did NES, Super Nintendo, and then they did the GameCube,
N64,
it'd be crazy what they could actually do with that. Like the amount of people that would just subscribe on the basis of a 64 emulator that would run. Like, people would go nuts for streaming.
Yeah, N64, SNES, and NES.
GameCube, if they even threw in the GameCube Mario Sunshine and you would Metroid and all that, it would just be nuts.
I mean, people are screaming out for that for years, especially GameCube.
Nintendo 64 emulators, like, they've been notoriously bad for not working very well. You know, like the SNES and the NES, things like that, they're easy, they're pretty simple.
And then if they want to do the Nintendo thing and like demonetize people on YouTube or stop people on Twitch for it, at least then they've got a platform that they could be like, okay, if you want to stream and all that, pay this paywall here and you can stream as much as you like, but as long as you're subscribed to us, you can do that. And maybe that's what the partnership with Microsoft could entail for it.
You almost think if Nintendo had a better business head, they could make even more money. It's almost like they want to make just enough money. They're making lots of money, but they could make even more. I mean, they've got 700 games on the NES, 500 games on the SNES, and then like 300 games on the N64. Like, imagine that. People will buy them 4-5 times. I bought things on the Wii that I then bought on the Wii U, then I'm buying on the Switch. Because they're so good, I'm like, alright, I'll buy that again, I'll support that
and
again.
You feel and you're supporting the team for it as well, and maybe that's what they're thinking, or they're just going to support it no matter which way we do it, but they could be making so much more and making a bigger impact if they do like a Game Pass like Microsoft. So I do hope that maybe if that's the reason they're doing it, this partnership with Microsoft, that's the reason why they're doing it, so they need help.
Also achievements on Nintendo games.
Checking my gamer skill.
So Don, do you think that the Game Pass, kind of system, do you think that's going to be standard?
So I'm thinking it should be standard for now, when it's coming obviously off the the heels of Destiny 2 for like coming out now as a free to play. And I was saying earlier that any game that's basically an online only or a multiplayer only sort of game, and they sort of have a price tag of like £40, $60, whatever, they should be free to play with the ability to buy microtransactions for it, or a Game Pass or something for it,
add-ons for it,
because it's a bit ridiculous when if you're paying, like, if you imagine you bought Destiny 2 day one and like you're playing it and you're like, you play it and you're like, this isn't Destiny 1, how could they regress from that? This doesn't make any sense. When I bought Destiny 1, when I first got Destiny, like how many years ago it was
5
as well,
years ago,
it took a while before it got good, and you shouldn't buy a game and be like, it gets better after a couple of months, or it gets better after that. Like, a game
2 years into the game, it should be good, a complete game.
But saying that, if the game was free to play and then it got better for it, then you could be like, oh, jump in now, it's not going to cost you anything. But then if you do enjoy it, throw them a couple of bucks.
It's easier to forgive a company if it's free than if you lay down the money straight away.
But then you'll have like things like Destiny doing this, but then obviously they've split between that, and they're just trying to recoup some money from Destiny 2.
Well, they're giving you the Curse of Osiris and Warmind for free with this as well. That was their first expansions,
and they're going to continue from what I've been reading, like expansions from that as well. But again, I would be extremely annoyed if I bought Destiny 2 and then a couple of years later it's free to play.
Yeah.
It's the same, like, I would feel the same as well what they've been doing with Street Fighter 5.
Yeah,
You bought that game fully, game didn't really work. It worked. It
didn't have an
played fine.
arcade mode.
Didn't have an arcade mode. Everything seemed bare bones, but they released that for a full £40, $60.
That was supposedly for Evo.
And that was, it was, they were trying to rush it for Evo for it. But then now, if you play that game, it's a lot better. It's got the Super Edition. They said you buy this game once, that's you. It's kind of not true.
Yeah.
And now that they were planning to do a free-to-play version of that, obviously people aren't happy because they've spent all the money on this and they feel that they've been kind of ripped off. But it's a tricky sort of one. I think Game Pass is a good way for it because it's basically like the Netflix of games.
Yeah.
You can play 2 or 3 games on that, and that's you got your money's worth. Like you can feel you can watch a couple of movies on Netflix, and you're like, okay, I've got my money's worth for this month at least.
Well, we've all have we all got Game
I think
Pass?
we've all got Game Pass.
I think I got my money's worth playing Crackdown 3.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, we had that discussion. Like, it's not a game you would buy. But
No, I wouldn't buy Crackdown 3, but I'd play it.
Yeah, I got that with my Game Pass for the first 3 months, the free sort of one for £1 or that. And I was like, man, I'm so glad that I never spent money on that game.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because it's like a game that felt like it was stuck back in the 360s days. But again,
Crackdown 1 was still better than Crackdown 3, I think.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because it's 10 years older.
But yeah,
I haven't played Crackdown 2. I heard it's not as good as Crackdown 1, so Crackdown 1 is still the king of the Crackdown games.
it's nuts.
I think they should give it to one of their developers, like the ones they bought, see what they can do with the license.
I don't think a game like Crackdown you can really. If you change it, it's not going to be Crackdown anymore. I think that's.
We need to collect orbs.
Yeah, that
Collect
was
orbs,
a grind,
agent.
That was a real grind.
You can jump a little bit higher, agent.
And why give you was it 3-4 playable characters and then
Yeah.
have one of them be Terry Crews?
Aye, well, you're not going to be Terry Crews.
I know.
You're always going to be Terry Crews.
Yeah, you're always going to be Terry
Of
Crews,
course, Terry Crews all the way.
but then he's only got like 4 lines in the whole game.
Well, yeah, Terry Crews, yeah.
Oh, well, is Terry Crews walking?
I know. That's all I need though, to be honest.
So you
Then he does the peck dance.
Does the
and
peck
then-
dance.
Yeah, it's like,
something.
no, Terry Crews. I like how there was the progression where when you got the orbs, you would not only would you obviously have your better abilities, but you would get musclier and that, and
Yeah.
you had to wait until you got every orb, and it's like, yeah, now he's kind of looking like Terry Crews. Like, that man is huge.
Oh,
Ridiculously
good for that as well.
huge. Anyway, how did we go on to Terry Crews?
Oh, we're talking.
Why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we get on to Terry
Right.
Crews?
So another big part of the news, Pokemon Sword and Shield has got a release date, 15th of November. We're looking forward to that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be a hard day when Star Wars Fallen Order is out the same day as Pokemon. I'm going to have to split my time.
I'm sorry, but I'd go Star Wars personally. I love Pikachu. Call back. I love Pikachu. Like, he's awesome, and I love Pokemon in general. But
Star Wars looks
If-
that better game
well,
for you.
not only that, but yeah, like out of the two franchises, I'll have to go Star Wars. But, what about you, Dom?
No, Pokemon, man. I'm sorry. Been looking forward to a high res Pokemon game.
A console RPG.
Console.
Yeah, it
Basic
does look
console
amazing.
/ portable game for a
Yeah.
long time. With interesting Pokemon, because anytime that I've seen like anything
On a DS.
but after Black and White,
Yeah.
I've been like, oh, these they're not even trying anymore. They come up with like a creature that would look
Generic.
It's
Look
Chin
fun.
Pokemon from
from
South Park.
If
Have
this
you
was-
got Chew?
I take a Razor Stadia and put it in this bag. Like what?
It does look very, very cool.
The graphics look good. They're cartoony, cute. You know, everything you expect
what
from
you would
Nintendo.
expect. Yeah.
The only thing I have kind of the issue with is the animations and the battles.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting something well grander than that, like much like more console. Like it's like they've took a step from the 3DS ones,
Mm-hmm.
but they haven't went all the way.
But again, you've got to remember that it's only just a short trailer, sort of snippets of it, because you don't know what it's going to be looking like. See, especially with like the huge Pokemon battles and that. as well.
Giant Pokemon.
Oh,
And that I'm very
Absolutely.
interested to see because you can get 4v1, and if you can all link up through switches for it, and you can all have your different perspective from that, because I'd think that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. Yeah.
And then you could all, look. Oh, I think that'd be.
We
Sweet.
could all play together.
Yeah, and we
Except
could have
Hamish, because he won't be playing with us.
that. But I do like the designs.
I'll be playing Star Wars.
Do you even have a Switch yet?
Oh, yeah, I'll get one.
I do
Yeah,
like the designs of the legendaries. They've
The
got
two
for it as well.
doggos?
The two doggos for it.
Is one of them a big wolf thing with a sword in its
Both
mouth?
are wolves.
Both are wolves. One's a shield. It's got like a mane that looks like a shield, and one's got a sword in its mouth.
You see the one with the sword in its mouth? That just gave me PTSD to Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, yeah.
2 or 3 or something like that. With the
It's
big...
also not Okami as well.
Okami has a sword, yeah. There's like, it's interesting, but I do like the designs of it. I
It's
don't know if it's
obviously
because I'm biased with dogs, but
a Japanese
Dogs
like
everyone
myth or
loves
something
dogs.
like that. Probably should have put some research in that, but like, it's obviously a Japanese.
I'm sure
myth.
it's it must be.
Can't
but
go
then
do
it's
research.
weird that like the names are very Japanese as well, but it's sort of set in a British sort of town aesthetic. It's very strange.
Have you seen the meme where it's like the police officer and he's like, hello, hello, what's going on over here? Oh, I think I ruined it, but like, I'll show you after. It doesn't. I can't tell jokes.
Another thing, they've got like their first ever. Is it Western developer? Is it one of the Western
The designer.
designer?
Yeah,
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 first
I
ever. Like,
I seen him on the Pokemon Direct.
no pressure there. Like,
I think that's why a lot of them do look unique. The ones that they actually have shown for it look a bit
Wooloo.
very interesting.
Wooloo is the sheep.
Yeah, Wooloo.
Wooloo is just
Everyone
looks cool, that's
everyone
what
just loves it right away because it's got that right amount of cuteness, but it's not ridiculously looking. It's not like
it doesn't take you out of the game. And you're like,
and
this
it's
is
like
so daft.
it's supposed to be fun, and you want to run about and like, look at cute animals and that, and then capture them and have them fight other cute animals and to death and
Fight other that is Pokemon.
fight
Cute
them to
animals
death
killing each other.
until they
Just
faint,
wrecking
but
each
to death.
other.
So,
Faint.
yeah, but then it
Get
seems
slapped the shit out of.
but it'd be interesting to see in November when it gets released, like how it works for it, because
I think it's going to be a smash hit. I think the Switch being so big, Pokemon being probably the biggest franchise in gaming over the past 25 years.
It's not really off the heels of Pokemon Go, but there's still a following of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So they've
I mean,
obviously got
Pokemon
those
Let's
people.
Go was great.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that game, mostly because it was a nostalgia trip for the first gen Pokemon, and I'm all about that first gen. But I think that when it comes out, the Switch will take off again, because I think it's coming to a lull right now. They're past their big releases, and then they're waiting for, like, Smash Brothers came out, and the sales are dropping for it, and then when this comes out, it'll shoot up again at Christmas.
they're doing the re-releases of games and that as well, like the new Zelda, the old Zelda game from the Game Boy. They're doing that remake.
That looks really nice.
Is it Link's Awakening?
Link's Awakening.
Yeah, they're redoing that, and that's coming at the tail end this year
that's
as well.
Breath of the Wild.
Just checking.
So they're re-releasing that, and they're also completely look like they redesigned it from like the ground up from it with like a link to the Link Between Worlds.
We need a Zelda collection.
Yeah,
I need a Zelda collection. I want to play all my Zelda games in one place. I don't want to get like 5 different consoles.
See, talking about collections and that, they've Sword and Shield have advertised like a
Jewel pack.
collector's Jewel pack. Would you buy that?
Yes.
Why? Isn't it basically the same game?
I like buying things. I mean, I would buy.
Don't we all?
I would buy both of them because people buy both of them anyway. Like when you release the double Pokemon games, people buy the
But this is specifically
they're giving you a chance to buy a collector's edition, and they know Nintendo fans are just going to snap that up straight away.
But they always give you 2 versions because each game has different types of Pokemon in each of them.
Yeah, it's
so you would have one that would have like so how many would say, like, say it was 150, would have like one would have 75 and the other one would have the other 75.
Right.
So you would have to sort of either if
you
got one
need to trade to
you
get
would
all
need
of
to
them.
trade to get all of them for it, or like each of them will have that legendary in each of them. If you can't get the 2 legendaries in one game,
Yeah.
buy your game twice.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's a good
that's
way.
great.
It's not so much that. I think, well, I would like to imagine it was to try and convince people
to trade. It's
to
to get
have
networking. Yeah, it's to
have
communicate.
friends. If you don't have any friends, you're fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Nintendo want us to go walking outside to pick Pokemon up, catch them. They gave us the Poke Walker. They want us to go out and walk about and train them. They also want us to make friends. Nintendo
also
are trying
want
to
to
get
watch
us.
They also want to watch how you sleep as well.
Sleep.
You get like gameplay bonuses if you sleep well and you sleep at a certain time and that. It's like they just try to take care of us.
Nintendo are trying to take care of us with
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
The Pokemon company do care.
I was saying that on our Instagram. Check our Instagram. Next
That
it'll
was
be
in gaming official.
Next it'll be like patches in gaming official. I was winging at the microphone.
It's over there.
Would you tell me?
Next,
to that drink.
next, it's no, fuck you. Next, it'll be like Pokemon diet or Pokemon food. Like it's like, oh yeah, just have your greens. Yeah.
My fitness
Extra
Pokemon.
my fitness Pokemon. Yeah.
Pikachu thinks you're getting a little bit fat around the waist. Better get on the treadmill, fat ass. Wow, Pikachu, you're pretty rough.
Pikachu as a personal trainer, just shocking you every time you try to pick up a sweetie or
running
can of Coke. It's like,
Pikachu gonna have to stab a bitch. Pika, please.
I will be buying a double pack because I am a giant child.
I probably won't. But if I don't pick up one, I think Jason will pick up the other, and we'll play together.
Yeah, I think as long as you've got someone else that gets the other one, then why bother with the two?
Unless you really, really want to.
I love the fact
waste
that
your money.
I can play it on I love the Switch. I can play on my TV, and then I can just, when I go outside sometimes.
Aye.
You'll be like Sinead, play this, get this Pokemon. You'll give Sinead a checklist of Pokemon. You need to get these so you can transfer them to me.
Come on, Sinead, come on. What relationship is this?
Why do you think I've got a girlfriend?
Not for normal reasons, anyway. Apparently.
For Pokemon catching.
So you wanna tell us, Dom, about Google Stadia?
So
is it Stadia?
Good at Stadia.
Stadia.
So they did the big reveal a couple of days ago, and a good sort of launch for it. £130, you get the control on a couple of games. Subscription based, as I said, like if they were going to try to undercut Microsoft, if they went low, they would probably do well. $8.99 for your games. That's where Destiny 2 sort of had a free to play sort of model. Baldur's Gate 3 got announced there as well. A lot of people were losing their mind because it's been years since you've had that Baldur's game.
Yeah. That's going to be a launch title on it, isn't it?
I think it said it's going to be a launch one for it, but
I'm going to write down,
so the very interesting thing about that is like, unfortunately, Hugh, you've not got your phone on at the moment. I was going to see if we could do this on the podcast. It was to check what your stream of what the speeds would be for it.
We'll do it later.
Yeah. It's just to see like what your capability of running it at the bare minimum, which is 720p 60 frames.
Right.
And it was, I tried it on mine, and I'm sure I screenshotted it and I shared it on the chat, and it was ridiculously low. It turned around and was just basically, yeah, you can't get this.
Don't buy
it. I've never seen something come out like that just to say, nah, don't bother.
Usually they're trying to convince you, like, it'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But it's very interesting what they're trying to do for it. Still not convinced I would get it, especially like with that price mark for it as well. You do get the collection, and you do get like, I think it's you're on the credits as well.
All right,
for it. Yeah. So I've got the images there for it. So they give you a recommended of like your upload speeds for it, and 60 frames for stereo. So at least if you're below that, you're not even going to get stereo. You're going to get mono, which is ridiculous. But if you go up anything above 35, you can get 4K HDR 60 frames per second at 5.1.
I can get 4K right now.
But these are upload speeds as well.
So these are uploads, which I thought was I thought it was all going to be about download for it, because like I'm getting 30 about mine on my broadband for in the house, but they're counting more on the signal going towards it as rather than the download for it.
See, I think that'll catch out a lot of people.
Especially people in rural areas, like the ones that are trying to hit. Because like when they announced the countries that were going to be launching with it, I was very surprised that UK was in it. Especially going to be one of the first launch countries for it.
Yeah. The majority of people, if you ask them what's your download speed, they'll be able to tell you there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
If you ask people what's your upload speed, most people aren't going to know that.
No, I think mine's about between 20 and 30. I think that's...
It's always way lower than your download speed, obviously, but... So if the regular person was wanting to have a Stadia in their home, what would they need?
So all they would need would be the Chromecast, the new Chromecast that they're releasing for it, and the controller, which is really good because you can play it anywhere. Like, so that's including your TV, your tablet, your phone, anywhere. If it's like, cause most phones now have Google Play, so that's linked up to it. You can just stream from there.
Well, I've got a Huawei, so
not for long.
I've only got that for the next time Donald Trump wants to.
I think they're stopping production a minute.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I think they're taking away the Play Store.
But we don't know yet.
I heard they were completely stopping production.
Huawei?
Because of the trade ban.
I don't know that. I think that's up in the air.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Huawei's like the second
Anyway, so
biggest phone company.
so all it is basically the controller is like the big selling point. If you want to play it on your TV, the new updated Chromecast Ultra, I think it's called. Yep.
Yeah.
You put it in there so you can get your 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, HDR, all that good stuff. So the launch games for that as well are really good. It's got Xenoverse 2. It's one of the big ones that's sort of over it.
Yeah, that's
But
a great
Why'd you
game.
start with
They
that?
do have it was because the first one
Because
was.
of shite.
You do Borderlands 3 is like a big one that they've got for it because a lot of things like Epic are trying to buy up all the exclusives and try to launch it on their store. Like, you know, so that's good that the Stadia's got that.
Yeah.
Fuck
All the
Why, you
Tomb
don't like
Raiders.
Borderlands?
No, I don't.
Have you played any of them?
I don't like loot shooters.
No,
Have you played any of them?
I played Borderlands 1 a little.
So you've got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 15's on it, Farm Simulator 19
Wait.
for you, Hamish.
Woo!
Final Fantasy 15's on it.
Final Fantasy
Oh,
15
he's
is
gonna
on
buy
it.
it now.
I need to
Uh,
complete that game for a fourth time.
The Elder Scrolls Online, NBA 2K. We've also got Ghost Recon games, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Rage 2, Football Manager 2020 as well. So again, as I said, like if you're on the mobile or on your mobile or on a tablet all the time, you can just whip out your controller as long as you've got an internet connection for it.
A good
You can
internet
a good
connection.
internet connection, especially with your mobile stuff when 5G launches, like in a lot of places. Think how easy it's going to be to do that and have that capability. But again, as I said, that's more future time for it. But as you can see from that list of games, it's not like, you know, it's good games, good exclusive. MK11's on it as well.
So is it all games I can get other places though?
Mostly, yeah. But if you're paying a subscription for it as well, so you can do like the high end if you're getting your 4K stuff and all that. You're only paying like the $8.99 and you can get all those games. You just download it, stream it that way.
So is it going to be those are games that are like the Game Pass games, and then there's going to be a store where you can actually buy new games?
So the game you can buy, like as this, they've been getting the piss taken out of them because it says on like the docket part of it is that for $8.99 you can buy games. Yes, you can buy games, and it's like, well, yeah, that's where you go. Of course you can go out and buy games, but yeah.
Thanks, Google.
So when you have that, yeah, you download it and you own that license for it.
Sorry, I've had a few drinks.
I know it's fine. I can see what that look like. He's no big.
I do not like this idea. I don't know. I don't like where it goes. I think that when you buy things, you own them. Like, obviously, that's like the most obvious thing I've ever said in my life. But
Wow, this is groundbreaking news, people. When you buy things, you own them.
I have on my shelves Atari 2600 games. Right, those are 30 years. They're older than me. They're 30 something years old. Right.
Not wrong with you, 30.
Almost.
Shut up. But like, they still work
Yeah.
today, right? But like in 30 years, if I've bought games on the Google Stadia store, chances are it's not going to be there anymore. Like it's almost like,
So you're renting instead of.
yeah, you're renting a
Buying.
license instead of buying a game. If all games were on the service like an Xbox Game Pass, then that would be a better deal. But I think like an idea where you pay for a service and then pay for games, I don't think that would work for even the casual person, especially people who don't know tech.
Yeah.
This might be a tech person's dream, but a casual person buying a kid an Xbox or a PS4 isn't going to go, oh, I'll get a Stadia,
But
then
what-
I'll pay extra for the fibre optic internet that I'll need to use this in my house.
But what happens if like they can sell this as buy this one controller, you don't need to worry about putting on anything ever again. You
Yeah,
buy
you
this
don't need to
one,
buy a
you don't
console
need to buy a
every 5 years.
console ever again. You can just download whenever you please. You just keep an eye on your kids when what they're downloading.
Do you know the first time that'll mess up is when your internet goes down and you can't play any games.
So that's where I think everything falls apart from it. It's like if your service goes down, you've got no game. But then that's what the Xbox.
You've
One
got no
is.
game.
You got no
son.
game. Oh shit! But then that's what happened with the Xbox One. When
Yeah.
like any time that they went down before, it was like well you can't play anything, or
Yeah.
just use your 360, and you're like. Ugh.
Thank you, Xbox. I will go back and use your old console. I think that's wildly arrogant to just assume everyone's got high speed internet. Like
Well, I mean that's.
we have high speed. I have high
That's
speed
more and more
internet.
common these days, though. Like that's not going to be a problem in the future. It may be a problem now, but I don't know. I mean, that's now basically classed as a human right. I think having the internet. So
Yeah, let's try to push for that.
yeah, so it's. I don't see it being a problem in the future,
Mhm.
personally.
Maybe it's just my bias towards physical media.
Yeah.
Obviously. Look at this.
Obviously.
You like it physical, yeah.
Physical.
Don't look at the camera when you say that.
Hugh, I'm very interested in Bloodstain. Can you please tell me more about it?
No, we're not.
Thanks for that pre-scripted intro into this part.
Hey, I didn't read that off the paper.
I pre-ordered or kickstarted Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Yeah.
On June 13th, 2015. I wrote this down.
You wrote this
down. Yeah.
It was so long ago I can't remember. June 13th, 2015.
Why is it taking so long?
Because it didn't even start at that point. Koji Igarashi is how I'm saying his name. Was the creator of or not the creator. I think he directed Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
And then the DS games and the Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah, he's done quite a lot. He's done the good ones. He's done the really
the classic Castlevanias. Well, yeah, the ones that people talk about now.
The love.
Symphony of the Night, the trilogy on the DS, and the trilogy on the Game Boy Advance. They're the ones that are classified as Metroidvanias.
Right.
Like the
Metroid / Castlevania games that inspire quite a lot of the indie developments, like Slain and stuff. Big ones like what's the big ones? Shovel Knight and anything that's like sort of got popular is kind of Castlevania-esque. Like
but what is Bloodstained exactly?
Well, Koji Igarashi was relegated in Konami, and I keep saying his name that way. I can't say it any other way.
I'm sure it's fine. I don't know.
I don't know either. But Konami was a mess. Is going through some shit. It doesn't make games anymore. Really, it makes awful games. It sacked Igarashi, and eventually they sacked
Hideo Kojima
as well. So like these guys have created classic series for them and made them tons of money. So Koji left. I'm saying Koji. He left, went on Kickstarter and said, "I'll create a Castlevania type game
that you've all been wanting,
that you all want," because there wasn't one since the DS.
No.
So $5,545,991 were raised.
Wow, I'm surprised you were able to just remember that.
That was right off the
I know that was right off this paper.
This paper you be making.
Well, I pledged $100, right?
Wow,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So
money was just flying out my pocket at that time.
Is that a base game? Do you get extra things?
I get a slipcase.
Nice.
Wow.
I get a pin.
Says Hugh.
I get a soundtrack for
nice.
my badass car
that you can download anywhere.
Shut up. I get special content.
What is that?
That's like
extra levels?
A dress or something like that.
A dress, right? Okay, we know you love your dresses.
And a retro strategy book, and my name is in the credits.
That's cool.
That's quite cool.
That's quite cool.
Yeah, I would pay extra for that.
Of the 48,000 people that all.
Yeah. Well, my name's right there.
you're going to be probably you and the other people that pledged $100 are going to be the only people that watch all those credits.
I hope they spell.
It's me.
I hope they spell my name wrong as well.
Why would you hope that?
Because it just makes it even more special.
Spelt my name wrong.
Sorry, I bought this game a long time ago, from like 4 years ago, and I forgot I put a pledge for this, and then the trailer came up where he showed off parts of the game before, and people like shat on it pretty much. Doesn't look good. Where did all that money go? It wasn't polished. I think that was
like beta.
It was all beta stuff.
How much?
I think it was early beta. I think it was as well. It was ridiculous that people were criticising.
That's not fair. Criticising a game that's in beta.
It has badass way. He was sitting at like a big gothic table with a glass of wine.
What?
Drank the wine and threw the glass away. And went, fine, I'll fix it. And then like they did like a cool trailer. They showed off the old stuff and the new stuff.
It was really cool. I did like that sort of room.
Looking forward to this so much.
How much was raised?
$5,545,991.
Just wanted to see if you could remember that without looking at your paper. Well, how much was the original goal?
I think it was around $1 million.
It was $1 million though. So
he must have got a ton of stretch goals.
Yeah,
it was like basically. I think it was the highest sort of Kickstarter they've sort of done, like before Shenmue 3.
Yeah,
I think as well was the highest video game Kickstarter.
I think that's why they released the 8-bit game, Bloodstained Curse of
the Moon.
Something like. I would look, but my Xbox is off.
I'm sure it was that. Yeah. How much out of curiosity did Shenmue 3?
I think that was 8
million.
Wow. 8 million.
That's just been delayed as well. It was going to come out in August. It's been delayed.
I don't mind a delayed game as long as it's good eventually.
I guess that's why I'm happy with Bloodstained as well. Because
within this 4 years you had Mighty No. 9, which was kickstarted massively by the guy that created Mega Man. He got sacked from Capcom or left Capcom and decided they wanted to make another classic Mega Man game, made Mighty Number 9, which bombed. It was not a good game, and then Capcom released another Mega Man game which was actually really good, which, you know, ruined Mighty Number 9.
Yeah.
So I was worried that this was never going to come out, or when it did come out it was going to be terrible. But
you always sort of worried as well, like, you know, when you donate to sort of like Kickstarters, it's sort of, I mean, that's when you can't really be mad at it if, like, you know, these games never release or anything like that, because you're just sort of hoping the game's going to be good. You can't like put money down on a risk and then bitch and complain when it's not good.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into.
You're like, okay, I'm hoping this is going to be good, and then if it's good, great. Like a lot of people were saying that with like Shovel Knight. You know, this is risky. We don't know if this is going to be, you know, a hit. And then thankfully, Yachts Games just like, you know,
there's a lot of trust in it.
And then free updates for like what people that have done the backups and all that, and they've got like Plague Knight, and it's like, you know, they guys like, you know, busted their ass to get that out, and you'll get like the guys from Rare doing Ukulele.
Yeah, they
because their sequel's coming out as well, because that's been just announced too.
Is it Ukulele good?
Fun. If you've never played Banjo-Kazooie, you would like it.
If you've never played
Banjo-Kazooie, because Banjo-Kazooie is
same again.
Very, very similar.
Oh, what if you liked Banjo-Kazooie?
You might find it a bit repetitive. That's all. You're very, very sort of off the sort of same sort of notes that we come off from it.
So I'll tell you what this game is like in a couple of weeks, if I get it.
Wait, when's it out?
18th of June.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
So it's next week. It's coming out.
Are you getting on the Switch, PlayStation?
PS4.
Right.
PS4 was my
let us know how it goes on the next podcast.
Okay.
Tune in.
Looking forward to it though. Like, super excited.
That's all you do is always just tune in, bitches.
Right, so enough about news with games and games coming out. What have you been playing, Dom?
I have been playing Bammerman. Bomberman on the Xbox.
Say it properly.
Bammerman. No, I've been playing Bomberman. I was sort of bored one day after just sorting out the flat, and I'm like, I need something to play. Man, what's this on one of the games to sort of download for gold? I'm like, I'll have a wee game of Bomberman. I've never kicked that off before. So as soon as I started it, I had so much DLC that was free.
Yeah.
So when I started, it was like ding ding ding. I'm like, alright, try to get through it. Played it for about an hour and a half and had a whale of a time, man. It was really good.
So Bomberman R?
Bomberman R, yeah, because like a lot of people were saying it was very stilted. And, the CPU was really hard, but I think they've, like, when I was playing it, I didn't find it difficult in that.
I think if you played the previous ones, then it's...
You got to Andy, you put the bomb down, you kill the other guys,
yeah.
And then if you
that's about
thanks
it,
for summarising the Bomberman series.
But then if you get killed, you can kill the other guy and get back in the game and keep going. It's, you know, it's like a fun me sort of game, and
I
it's
love
good
when you describe games.
Thanks very much.
Put the bomb down.
You put the bomb down, you kill people.
Kill people, yeah.
Kill people with
I mean, that is in essence the game, isn't it?
Yeah. But you got all your sort of like, didn't know Xavier Woods from the wrestling had like a skin and all that. It was all these sort of cool wee things.
Isn't there a Dracula from Castlevania skin as well? Yeah.
There's like a lot of things. Yeah, man, it's like
I'm
pretty
interested.
fun. I would say, like, you know, if we can, maybe, like, you know, if we've got like some sort of streaming sort of site we
Do
can
we
go
stream?
Do we
We
stream?
stream?
Maybe we do.
Yes, we stream, people.
I think we stream badly.
Yeah. We stream it at inappropriate times. But if like, we know, if like we're up for it, we'll do a stream of that, because I really had fun.
That'd be fun. I used to play a lot of the Bomberman games. I always had fun. It's just it's a great wee casual party game, basically.
As well.
Cool. It's good fun. You're terrible at it, aren't you?
No.
We'll find it.
I'll find out on the stream if you're terrible.
I need practice.
But yeah, I would very highly recommend Bomberman for just like, you know, shits and giggles.
I think I got it free on Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah,
so
I would say, like, if you got it, I would say, like, it was really fun.
Worth it.
Yeah, just to have a wee bit of a laugh. Me and Jason had a ball. But
yeah, sometimes you just want a quick game of something rather than, you know, starting a whole new game.
Yeah, like Overcooked and all that when we were playing that last. It was really fun just to jump onto that.
Yeah, Overcooked feels like a job that I've got.
It was stressful.
It's fun.
Don't wash the dishes. We can't put burgers out if you don't wash the dishes. That was Brian Burgers.
It's one of those games where, you know, everyone's at fault but you. Like, exactly. I need dishes, I need lettuce, I need a burger. Like, well, get one then.
We're just sitting running in circles.
At one point, I just couldn't get this tomato off the counter, and I was like, oh no.
A few times I remember just looking at the screen like, I should be doing something right about now. Like,
that time was going down.
You guys are like, right, I need this, I need that, and I'm just like,
how many drinks did you have?
I had none. I'm just bad. I overcooked.
Maybe your brain doesn't work without drinks.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah.
Lubrication.
What about you, Hugh? What have you been playing recently?
I've been playing Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Ooh.
Maybe for some sort of YouTube channel.
Oh.
Our YouTube channel.
We have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
What's our YouTube channel called, Dom?
You-
Do you know?
YouTube.com/patches in
Official?
gaming.
See, you don't know.
I actually do we have a YouTube?
Yeah, we have a YouTube. I'm
Go on
sure.
our YouTube, Dom, and confirm my patches in gaming.
Plug it.
Plug it.
Plug it quickly, asshole.
So
Plug it, Dom. I fucked it up.
tell us about Enslaved.
Enslaved is a game based on Journey to the West, which is a classic Chinese story. I think it's Chinese, maybe Japanese,
Right.
but Asian story.
One of those Asians.
Yeah, one of those Asian countries. It's what Dragon Ball Z is based on. It's
Oh, so shout then.
no, you're gonna get kicked off this podcast.
Fuck off.
It's inspired a lot of different stories. I've always wanted to play it because it's Ninja Theory, but it's always been one of them games I've never got around to.
Yeah. I know
So I started playing it. I didn't expect much from it, but Andy Serkis steals everything he's ever in. Andy Serkis is great. He plays Monkey.
Is he voice? Is he motion capture?
He's motion capture as well.
Capture as well. Nice.
Obviously, that's all he does.
He's very, very underrated as an actor as well.
Yeah, he was great in Black Panther.
Oh yeah,
I know I go. He was great in Black
I'm
Panther.
so gutted that
Planet
he
Apes.
died, man. Like,
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he was
Amazing
good
on
in
that.
Planet of the
Every
Apes.
single
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah.
absolutely phenomenal.
Andy Serkis is a great actor. He'll kind of the main character Monkey kind of looks like him as well, obviously
Yeah.
with the mocap.
Yeah. It's very good at that, like the monkey ones, and I think that's like Enslaved was out just after Planet of the Apes. So I think it was
2009
June,
it came out, I think.
So when they first rise to Planet of the Apes, I think that's like he sort of had the
Yeah.
motions down. No, he's not.
It's-
He's brilliant.
It's got a Ninja Theory structure.
Aye.
It's kind of like platform and combat,
mm.
hack and slashing type combos, blocking, parries, stuff like that. It's also got a girl character, which they have in most of their games, which is like you've got to help this girl out. You've
Ninja
got-
Theory have most.
Yeah,
most
Ninja
of
Theory. Ninja Theory's got cliches in their
Very
game.
tropey.
Yeah, they've got a lot of tropes in their game.
Yeah.
Still good.
Quite like Nintendo with like Mario and Peach and stuff like that. Sort of.
Yeah, there's always a damsel.
Structure, yeah.
I'm playing it to see if it's worth going back to play it, which is strange. But
Has it aged well?
Has
Sort of
it
like has it passed the test of time?
I mean, the graphics and the controls have obviously come on leaps and bounds since
Mhm.
then. But you've got to
Yeah.
take it as a 2009 game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes you can just tell a game's old by the control scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so
Also, it's only 8 hours long, which fills me with so much joy.
yeah. Sometimes a game can just be too long. So you're going to be making a video about that on the YouTube channel.
It may come out this year, next year, 2022.
Who knows? But what is that YouTube channel, Tom?
Patches in gaming.
Oh, that sounded like a soundbite. That was very efficient.
You can maybe search for us when we put some videos up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
If we put some
so far it's a good game, and look forward to the video.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So, what about movies? What have we been watching?
Movies.
What have we been watching?
Woo!
So, Dom, what have you seen in the cinema lately?
I've seen Rocketman.
Balls.
Rocketman balls?
Rocket balls.
They must be flapping all over the place. Like,
Well,
that's
and
a
rocket-
fast rocket.
La 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 la.
In Rocketman, there was a lot of balls.
There were no bongs. There was a huge controversial
Yeah.
discussion about it. Like, oh, this gay scene, and it was nothing.
It was
really.
nothing.
Like,
Wasn't it explicit enough for me?
It wasn't gay enough for you either.
I'm being serious. I was expecting controversy.
yeah, well, when you hear like, oh, people are, up
the
in arms about it and stuff like that, then it was nothing. It was tame compared to a sex scene between a man and a woman. Really.
Yeah,
Like,
it
yeah.
was very normal. Rocketman was
Um,
surprisingly good. I'm not one for. I didn't watch Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mhm.
I don't really like biopics
Mhm.
often because I think they paint the picture of that person as a hero and
hmm.
like there's nothing bad about them and stuff like that, except like it's a tragedy that they're like this. The film was really good. Taron Egerton is a great
yeah.
actor. He was great in Kingsman. He was excellent in this film. I was trying to think of what else he was in. I can't remember.
He was in
I have
Eddie
no
the
idea.
Eagle.
Eddie the Eagle. I
Yeah, he
haven't
was
seen
brilliant
that.
in that.
I've heard that's
He
really
was
good.
really good. Him and Hugh Jackman
Hugh
play off
Jackman,
each
yeah,
other
yeah.
so well, man. I was shocked going, really? He's going from Kingsman to this? This is a bit... Ugh. And then it was really fun. It was really good.
Kingsman was excellent. He was really good in it. In this film, he played it's a totally different role, obviously, because Elton John's not athletic super spy, but
He's not. He was in Kingsman 2.
the way he
Remember that
portrays, obviously it's a rock and roll film. There's highs and then they hit the lows pretty hard. Drugs, alcohol, women.
I thought that was the
Or
high part.
guys. Drugs, alcohol, guys. For Elton John, right? So
Women as well. He gets married.
it's the issue with this film with every biopic for me is it's not always true to life, and I hate that about biography films.
Biography films.
Viagra films.
Biography films.
Why make a biography film if you're going to lie in it?
Well,
Or not lie?
Because not
I
every.
know it's artistic license,
Yeah,
but like,
exactly, yeah, like
just tell the truth, because there's a bad guy in this film, obviously. Right?
who's bad guy?
The bad guy is his manager, who's played by Rob Stark. That's his name.
Rob Stark. Yeah.
Richard Madden.
Yeah.
He's played by Richard Madden with a great Scottish accent, just like ours.
Yeah.
And he plays a real bastard in it. But then when
But
you
how do you know that wasn't what he was like?
because I'd done my research after, and the guy was super nice guy. Like him and Elton John had their issues, but it was manager artist issues.
but you got to realise, like, from his perspective, like, you know, he was betrayed, and that's what sort of come across from that. So, and obviously, like, I always think I agree with you when it comes across with biopics, that when you do them, it's very hard to do it when the artist or the person is still living. It's very hard to do that. Where you have like with Bohemian Rhapsody, well, obviously, like, Freddie Mercury, he's been dead for a long time, but I felt that this one, Rocketman, actually did a better sort of tragic story than what you would have with Freddie, especially with like the drinking drugs. I've seen Bohemian Rhapsody, and I felt that they sort of neutered Freddie for it. It was Freddie, yeah, but it wasn't.
It's like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, and it's very bizarre to see that. Like, he's very like tied down for it. Where this in Rocketman, you know, surprisingly enough, Elton John is still alive. You know, and surprisingly, Elton John's still alive. But, but it's still like, you know, he doesn't. It doesn't feel as restrictive for it. But I don't know if it's because it's a 15, they could get away with a lot more. But it didn't. I didn't think it sort of turned away from all the bad things.
He was it showed him being super lonely when he was famous. It showed his parents being unsupportive because he was gay, which obviously happened.
Especially back in
probably still happens even today.
Yeah. So
exactly. I feel it was to show how he felt during his career. It was disjointed in the fact that there was no real sense of time in the film. I don't think I think it spanned over 30 years, and like I was like, where is this? Is this mid-80s, late 80s? The other thing, I didn't realise Elton John wrote so many bangers. A lot of the songs I was like, I know that song, that's really good, and then it's like, I didn't know Elton John sang that. I also didn't know Elton John didn't write those songs.
No.
See, I didn't know either. I didn't know he had a songwriter.
A songwriter friend who was like a super best friend to him, pretty much. Like, wrote all his songs from him, and
it even goes into it in the film. Never had an argument.
Never
sorry about that.
Friends don't have arguments, do they?
Fuck you. So, Dom, you've seen Bohemian Rhapsody. Isn't the manager that is in Rocketman also in
the bad guy?
Rhapsody?
Yeah. Oh, who's he playing that?
He's played by Aidan Gillen.
Yeah,
with like Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Also in Game of Thrones, obviously. Like,
that's what I mean.
But
like, in one film, he's like a nice guy. I've not seen it, but I think
is he a nice guy in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yes, but it is. So that's why I was. When you see them, I was like very disjointed from it that he was a complete arsehole.
Yeah, like it's really strange because in one film they portray him as like a conniving, sadistic, like super businessman.
He's just using Elton John for money.
Yeah. So what Dom was saying is maybe that's Elton John's perspective on it, and everyone else sees him as a nice guy.
Yeah.
But it just seemed kind of, we need a bad guy for this film. Whereas the bad guy could have just been Elton John's emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how he was not handling fame, he wasn't handling the pressure, he wasn't handling the drink and alcohol.
He couldn't handle being alone. Couldn't handle. You know, it's tragic, but at the same time he bounced back from it, which is good.
I think that there's always gonna have to be some kind of bad guy. It's just a norm with films, you know. But I liked it. I thought it was a interesting take on it because it wasn't pure biopic, because obviously he's got his songs in it, but they're not in chronological order, and he's got other people singing them, and it's like half musical and half biopic.
Yeah,
with a wee dash of basically just a Hollywood film.
Yeah.
And that's where they need the drama from, a bad guy and his manager in, and I don't think it's meant to be taken as a pure like documentary. Basically, it is a bit of
Bohemian
fantasy,
Rhapsody was more like to the point, and they gave you like a timeline of like when Freddie.
I mean, these are some of the most interesting people that have lived. Like they've lived crazy lives.
I would love to see a Bowie one.
I
would
was
like
now he's obviously sadly passed away. Like it might be more to the point, like actual historically.
Yeah. Because his like sort of like because he's always been like an enigma, very strange man who would always be working, and it seemed like you would never you wouldn't go through like 10 years without hearing at least an album or a project. Acting and all that, like you'd see him in Hollywood movies and all that. He was
Maybe
in
that's
the,
next.
He was
Maybe
in
that's
the
the next biopic.
See, I wouldn't like just a pure historic thing. I would feel like I was watching a documentary if it was someone like David Bowie, who's a bit of a
David Bowie,
whatever. The Goblin King.
King.
If it's about him, I mean, he had a strange career, he kind of built on that. So I would like to watch a film where, there was weird, unexplained bits, and have a bit of the
Spaceman.
Have a bit of the personality of the person in the film, like rather than
just have a bit of Ziggy.
Yeah, I can watch documentaries on anybody, like.
I know. I think that's just
entertain me, damn it.
Just a bit of like you say, artistic license,
It was. I enjoyed the film though. I thought the film was actually. It was a good film, but it just bothered me. There were so many things that actually weren't true.
See, what I find was weird was there was a lot of things that weren't true, but then at the end they obviously showed like the side by side pics of Taron and Elton. They went to the trouble of getting on with the outfits, pretty much perfect or as close as they could, but at the same time you've obviously got the I can't remember the name of the venue that he goes to.
Madison Square Garden.
No, Hollywood. It's the LA. Oh, it's big.
It's a club in LA.
Yeah, the club that he goes to, and obviously, and it even shows you a picture of him like jumping and putting his feet up. But in the film, he literally floats, and the whole crowd floats, and that obviously didn't happen.
Scene, for Crocodile Rock, and that was the movie. That was the point in the movie where that hooked me because it was basically showing that moment right there, he had the crowd in his hands. They all fell down right the one moment. I was like, that's like, it's hard to find talent like that nowadays.
Was that not Rocketman? Like, Crocodile Rock was in.
No, Crocodile Rock was the piano. Because
he
was like, because it went all la 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 la, and compressed, and when he was floating, and that was his big hit. That hit the States.
I'm maybe misremembering. I thought Crocodile Rock was when
it was in the adverts. It was in the trailers.
Spinning round in the.
No, Rocketman was in the ocean when he was in the water, and he was.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, that was probably my favourite.
That's what gets me about this song. I didn't know I was an Elton John fan until after I heard those songs. I was like, I'm an Elton John fan.
I like Elton John. I think he's brilliant.
He's got some really good tunes. Honestly, Call It the Blues. Is that like when he was?
Yeah, I didn't know he sang
Call It the Blues. Yeah.
Call it my ignorance, but like I thought a lot of other people sang these songs.
You're probably thinking, what was that one the Blue Guys did? Like, Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word.
Yeah.
So when he was in the restaurant, I was like, I love that song. And then I remembered that Blue did a cover of it, and I was like, oh, get that out of my head. And then but Elton was in that as well. I was like, oh wait, we'll maybe keep it back in.
I do recommend people watch this film because it is actually very interesting.
Yep.
Taron Egerton and Richard Madden are excellent in it.
Yeah, Taron Egerton did a great job, not only acting, but he sang all of it himself as well.
Yep.
That was quite impressive, and he sounded very Elton John,
Yeah, talented.
Yeah.
I would give it a good recommendation, and I would put that. I would say I thought it was better than Bohemian Rhapsody, but Bohemian Rhapsody's soundtrack was much better. But I think again it's because
that goes down to if you're a Queen fan or an Elton John fan, doesn't it?
I think so as well. I think I prefer the Queen's music over Elton John, but it's so hard. It's so close.
That's both apples and oranges. It's
both massively important artists.
Yeah. Says a person that didn't even know he was an Elton John fan a minute ago.
Guess what?
I know now though. The blue. I'm going to listen to it later.
So, Hugh, what have you seen recently?
Oh, so many things. I've seen.
I used my eyes.
All the things.
I've seen things all the time. I've seen Rocketman.
Rocket Ham, yeah.
Rocketman.
Rocket Ham.
That's the Hamish cut.
You're
He's putting that in.
you're not in Elton John's biopic.
But he wants to be in, right?
Why not?
He wants-
He's got a husband.
Think about left field.
Wait, no, that's not the only reason.
Elton John's way too good for you.
Have you seen me?
Yes. That's what I based my decision on. I seen X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Nice.
Dark Phoenix, nice.
That's is the wrap-up one, isn't it?
This is the last.
I'm asking,
Fox.
but I was there.
You were with me. This is the last Fox X-Men film, which.
Don't swear on the podcast.
Shut up. I like the Fox X-Men films, and I like this film. God damn it!
Oh,
shut up, critics.
Hugh, man, what you're talking crazy talk.
This is actually a good film.
Coming out with a strong stance here.
I honestly, I saw the reviews and I went and seen it. Did I say review or did I slur reviews? I went and saw the film. I read the reviews, and I waited for the film to get bad, and it didn't get bad. I was like, oh, here we go. Oh no, that's good.
So
here we go. No, that's good.
The reviews made you think it was going to be bad.
Yeah, they gave me a
false impersonation.
We are messing this up. But
I'm even drunk. I'm even drank it.
What's your excuse, Tom?
They gave me a false view of the film. I thought they said the last third was going to be bad. Now, what I didn't know about this film was they filmed an ending, then I think Captain Marvel came out, and they went, that is way too similar. Now at the end of Captain Marvel, she turns into a Super Saiyan. She goes all yellow.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't
unleashes her power.
It wasn't so much that, like the original, the last third of the film, it was meant to be set in space.
Right.
But then they changed that to there's like a train carriage scene where they get, and honestly, I thought that was the best
part of the film.
Part of the film, like from the train, like the best fight scenes, the best visuals.
I mean, Magneto was just crushing fools.
Wrecking bitches, man.
I know, he's the casting in these films is brilliant. Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy,
Sophie Turner as well. I think she knocked it out of the park.
Like
Jessica Chastain did well.
The only weak part of the film for me was the bad guys, because they had to add a bad guy with the Phoenix.
Yeah,
because the Phoenix couldn't just be a bad guy or bad girl.
There was this isn't even a spoiler. There's an alien race that follows the Phoenix because the Phoenix destroyed their planet.
Yeah, they wanted to get the power out of Sophie Turner's character, Jean Grey. Basically,
the issue with that is they never even explored who these people or aliens were. They were just there to be bad.
Well, they gave a very, very
vague
20, well, maybe minute and a half, explanation of the
Debari. They're just bad.
It's the Debari, and they were in the original comics, back in the 60s or something like that. But
a long time
63, 64 or something like that. But the X-Men films have never really been about that. Like, personally, I've always liked the morality thing of Xavier versus Magneto,
treat people differently because they are they are different.
Because they're different, and that's the political stance that they even took with the original comics.
Gay people are racism or like homophobia or racism.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But
it was a good film though. Taking away all of the the morality and the bad guys, like the not
weak villains.
They're not set up villains. It was a good film. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of emotion in the film. The acting from Nicholas Hoult as Beast was good. Even though there was a problem with him, I won't spoil it. It just annoyed me a little. It wasn't a bad thing.
He didn't react how you thought he would.
He didn't react. Yeah, his character didn't quite go the way I thought it would. There's some shocks in the film that I didn't think would happen, but I was quite glad about because it needed to happen. It wasn't. Everyone's saying it's a bad ending to these. Like, how it started with First Class, and then we get to this. This is like the second half of the X-Men. This was a good ending. It was better than Apocalypse.
Oh, that's a good thing. I did not like
Apocalypse. Apocalypse was annoyingly bad.
Yeah.
The source material they had for Apocalypse, it should have been well better.
Should have been knock out of the park.
And this also ruins the ending of Apocalypse.
Really?
Yeah.
But I'm sure they've retconned that or something. Like, they must have, because it doesn't make sense otherwise.
Because she uses the Phoenix power at the end of Apocalypse.
Yeah,
And then
when
she
everyone
gets
was
the Phoenix power in this,
yeah.
which is set after it. So I don't know if they're just like, just ignore that, by the way. Like,
I think that's basically what they've done.
yeah,
We're not paying attention. Why should you?
yeah, exactly. Apocalypse was not great. Days of Future Past was, I think, the best. And First Class was really good. Was there one between Days of Future Past and First Class?
Apocalypse was after that.
No, that was the third
That
one.
was four, yeah. So
Yeah, there was First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and then Dark Phoenix. I think.
First Class was really good. Some issues with how they use certain characters, but it was really good.
Future Past.
Future Past was the best. Apocalypse was the worst, and then this one comes second top.
I'm so glad that you've said that because I can actually go and see that then because I did not like Apocalypse.
I
Genuinely, I would recommend Dark Phoenix. I thought it was great from start to
that's
finish.
good.
Have you ever sat through a film and wondered where it got bad? That's what I did here.
Yeah.
That's why the critics.
I had that with Suicide Squad. I'm going to be honest. When people were like shitting on that,
That's
they
a
said,
fun.
"Oh, it's ugly, it's terrible," and then I'm sitting going, "What are they talking about?"
It's fun. Suicide Squad was fun. It
You're not
was
supposed
bad.
to take it serious.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's not like you're going to sit down and
It's not The Godfather.
yeah, exactly. You're not going to sit down
Comic
and
book, man.
get
It's like
drawn in.
grabbing
and-
ass.
Yeah, it's like a popcorn action
Popcorn.
movie, basically. Like
Exactly.
But yeah, definitely go
Yeah,
see
X-Men.
X-Men. Like it was enjoyable as an X-Men film. It,
So what was,
it didn't have Wolverine all over it.
Yeah.
that's the only one that didn't have Wolverine in
Yeah.
it.
And like the
Oh,
James
no.
McAvoy, Michael Fassbender stuff was in it again, and like that's the strongest parts of those films because they are so good together.
Yeah, yin and yang.
Yeah.
Really for it as well.
The acting in general was the strongest part of the film for me. Like
Yeah,
there's some bits. There's a lot of emotionally charged bits, and Sophie Turner, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, they all did amazing. Like you really get the emotion and the feeling from it.
there was one bit that I had to laugh was when Cyclops tried to act tough, and
I hate
Cyclops is not that character.
No.
I hate Cyclops. I've always hated
It
Cyclops.
made me laugh. Like it made me laugh when he said what he said. I kind of giggled. It was just because his character's so well. It's changed in the comics, but it's so clean cut.
Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
scout, very
Yeah.
scout boy sort of.
Boy Scout, you mean?
Boy Scout, Scout boy,
Scout boy. Yeah, it's
I knew what I
excellent.
meant.
So best part of it, worst part of it. What did you like? What did you not like?
I like that the action at the end was good, but the actual character moments were really good between Hank and Magneto. They were really good because they don't like each other, but they work together well. The Sophie Turner as the Phoenix.
Sophie's choice.
Sophie Turner as the Phoenix. Jean Grey was really good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she was really good.
She gets a lot of criticism for being kind of wooden and a bad actress, but I think she's really good. Like, I think a lot of that comes from Game of Thrones.
Game of
Obviously,
Thrones,
she's
yeah.
Sansa Stark, but she's meant to be kind of stoic in that. But in this, she really
She's traumatized in that.
she spreads her wings. So it was Phoenix wings.
Wow.
Oh.
Honestly,
You
like,
Rocketman.
send me
anyone
free stuff.
Did anyone patch anything in?
Oh.
That's shite.
I couldn't think of any other way.
It needs to come naturally. You've just patched in wrong. No, that didn't work yet.
Dang it.
No, honestly, I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I've always liked those films. Critics have never liked them, and I think it's purely because it's like
It's comic booky.
critics never like them because I think they're too outlandish. They're not grounded like like Batman Begins, Dark Knight Returns, things like that. They're a bit more realistic. They're a bit more gritty. Whereas X-Men's never even tried to be that. It's a comic book film,
Yeah.
and I think
they've always been like that. They've been stuck in the 2000s like style of comic book where it's just like page per page verbatim.
Yeah, but
Verbatim.
Yeah, but I mean that's the point of a comic book film. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love the gritty takes on comic book movies, but at the same time, it's nice to see something that doesn't deviate too much from the source material. So overall, I think it's good. I think if you're a fan of comics or the X-Men films in general, definitely go and give it a watch.
Go see it, bitches. Don't cut that.
I won't. So we've done films. What about TV, Dom? What have you been watching on TV lately?
Alright, man, so I've been rewatching all the Stranger Things because 4th of July, season 3's out. so I'm just sort of trying to keep refreshed from it as well. Yeah, Stranger Things is one of those TV shows where I'd think after like season 1, I was like, I'd be so happy if they never ever make another season of that. That was a great series. Then season 2 came out, and I was like, that was a great season 2. Now I never wish they make another one for it because, like, you know, I don't want it to be ruined. And from the looks of season 3, I'm like, oh god damn, they've got this again. The tone of that show is just brilliant. I don't know of a TV show, especially a Netflix one, that I've been like hooked on. Like, you always hear people like, you know, Netflix and chill, or Netflix is sort of, oh, everything, that's all I do is watch Netflix. I'm generally not that type of person with Netflix, so it's very strange that it's strange to be hooked on something that's, you know, set in the 80s. And, you know, I'm not an 80s kid, I'm like, you know, late 80s, early 90s kid, so to be watching something that's like, I'm like, oh, I remember that and I remember that, I'm like, well, I didn't grow up doing that.
It's a nostalgia trip, isn't it? The whole show is a nostalgia trip.
And it's more like, I grew up watching like The Goonies, E.T., is Close Encounter of the Third Kind, sort of all the sort of 80 classics. So watching something like that would have some nostalgia for it is very bizarre. But casting for that, Stranger Things is brilliant. The soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks.
I think the intro song actually just helps you get into that nostalgic feeling.
Puts you in, sets the tone, sets the feel for everything for it. And even seeing like the Stranger Things logo sort of phase in like it was like in the 80s style, and then sort of cut through to the scene behind it as well, and then how the direction, like the written by and directed by, comes in that sort of nice white format as well. Everything
like
about it's
like you'd see it on a VHS.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
See, I've only ever watched the first episode, and I know that's no basis to judge a TV show, but I never watched The Goonies until maybe 5-6 years ago. That wasn't, you know, I watched things like, you know, The Thing and, you know, horror movies from back then, but I was never a big fan of I never watched The Goonies. And do you think that makes a difference to people that like it? Like, do you think you have to have watched those kind of things?
No. I think it's one of these sort of TV shows that you necessarily don't have to have grown up in the 80s or have a nostalgia for the 80s or anything like that. It stands alone, like, very, very well on its own. If it does help to sort of have any sort of what they're talking about usually for it, because like it's very bizarre, it's very jarring to hear kids swear like now, but back in the 80s and all that, when they would say shit and all that, you'd be like, whoa, what's this kid saying that for? It's like but now, like, you know, they sort of toned it down quite a lot, that when you hear it again it's very like, oh no, kids do swear, like you used to swear, you still, you know,
never fucking swore in my life. What are you talking about?
Gosh darn it.
I think the first series of Stranger Things is probably the best first season I've ever seen of anything. It was so polished. It was amazing. I put it off for a long time because I get that hype. Like I think it's called hype fatigue. Like, you're like, I've heard about it so much.
Everyone says it's amazing. It's just kind of.
I didn't avoid it, but I just didn't watch it. And my brother, who had the same style as me or the same taste as me, was like, you need to watch that, you'll really like that. So I watched the first episode and I was like, this is really good. I can't believe I haven't watched this. I watched the first season in 2 days. I was so happy there was a second season already there. I binged that in another 2 days. Upset there's not another third season until it's July 8th. July
4th of July.
4th of July.
It's a summertime one, which is like very interesting.
Like, the first season was almost perfect.
You're right.
You know what I mean. You're like,
I would finished it.
I'd be happy if that ended there, but then like when they announced the season 2, you sort of go, oh, why did they do that? And then when you watch season 2, you're like, okay, you end it now because like that was still strong.
So I'm guessing that the finales, they're never cliffhangers. Like they've wrapped them up nicely.
There's always an out. There's always always a link.
There's always a little sort of but it's not like
what was the link in season 2? What was the end of season 2 like?
The lightning, the school, and you had that big thing.
Is that still there?
That's still there.
The big tornado monster.
Yeah, sort of thing like that. It's a wee. It's not much of a spoil because you're like, what? But it's just when you see it and it's kind of like Cthulhu-esque and that, and you're like, oh, right, okay.
Like, the first season was almost perfect. The second season didn't feel as good because I think they realised what a hit they had on their hands, and they were like, right, we need to find some more material to stretch this out. But the best part of the show is the way the kids act together. Like, they're so good at it. Like, the charisma of Millie Bobby Brown especially is like, it just, when her scenes come on, you're like, oh right, this is about her. Like, she steals it. Especially ones where she meets her sister.
Yeah.
Or like her sister, the one that was in
Locked
the
up
lab with her.
Yeah.
She's such a good actor at such a young age. It carries the show for that little bit.
It's crazy that she's British as well, and like, it
I
seems
didn't
like
know she was British.
Yeah, like, it's strange. It's like
she was in Godzilla as well.
Yeah.
She was excellent in that.
so it's like you see a lot of British kid stars or British stars in general, like pulling off like American, like, you know, highly anticipated, or like starting, you know, American TV shows. Just it's crazy. So yeah, looking forward to seeing Stranger Things season 3. Definitely try to get some time off in July just to fire it out for it, and just try to watch it as soon as I can.
Is that all out at once?
Yep.
Yeah.
All out, and I think it's about 12 episodes they're doing again. So it'll be interesting if we get in the, is it the Duffel Brothers, what they called?
I think it's 8 episodes.
Is it 8?
I think season 2 was 8 episodes, wasn't it?
I thought it was 12. Maybe for it as well.
I think it was 8.
But yeah, like when they get them back in as well, hopefully it'll be just as good as like, the first 2, because I really did like season 2 for it. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I want to know where they go, because at the end of season 2 it was almost like it closed.
But then it's because season 2 sort of was
Try not to spoil this for Hamish.
season 2 is
I don't care.
sort of set at the same time as season 1, like, but a year or so later after the incident. So this makes sense, like, why they're doing it in the summer this time, because it's like a different time where they're all out of school, so they can go and you know, have do wee adventures and stuff like that. You see one of the characters has got a summer job, so it's interesting, sort of like you would have him at a mall and stuff. So you have all these sort of shenanigans.
You're hoping the quality keeps up.
Oh yeah, and the writing stays strong too.
I mean, that's always something you worry about with the longer a show goes on, because it's happened so many times. The longer it goes on, the quality dips, you know. But
yeah, understand.
Especially if they don't plan that far ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, like for example, Lucifer, just been renewed for season 5, but it's the 5th and final season.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
It's upsetting, but it's also good that they can end it on their own terms. It's not going to end up in a cliffhanger because they know it's their final season. So, you know, it's pros and cons to that. But yeah. Okay, so that's all we've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed that. We will be back in a couple of weeks' time. We'll be talking about more games, more movies, more TV shows. If there's anything that you want us to talk about, you know, get us on social media. Where can you get us, Dom?
You can get us at Instagram at PatchersInOfficial. You can get us on Twitter at PatchersIn, and you can email us at patchersinofficial@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/patchersingaming.
So we hope to see you there, or we hope to see you back here. That's a bye from Dom.
That's a bye from me.
That's a bye from Hugh.
Bye from Hugh.
And that's a bye from me, Hamish. Good night, everyone. And now we have sound effects. Pew, 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 pew.